Hey there guys, this is Robin Hood bringing you a battle with my good friend Mikenuge on pyramids. Our opponents here are Wargame and I for it, or I don't know. Whatever, you guys can see his name. I don't try to pronounce a lot of these names just because of the fact that it's a gaming community. There's some pretty either just unlegible stuff, or just it's interesting. But considering we're playing on pyramids and it's a desert, the Ottomans get a boost here. They don't suffer the fatigue that the other armies do because they are used to it. So that's why I'm playing as them. I have, I believe, four light infantry, 5 line infantry here. They're all the Nizam credit or whatever, however it's pronounced. I have 1 howitzer, 4 Salatar guards. These are incredible cavalry units. And then 3 rush units here, my Janissaries. And there they are. And Mike over here is playing as Austria. Looks like he has 2 Jaegers and 3 Grenzers. And then a bunch of Hungarian Fusilier. 1 Archduke Charles's Legion there. Nice unit. 47th Regiment and 1st Emperor's Own. So those are his 3 elite units. And then some Cuirassier. But basically, if you guys have watched and, been on my channel and watched a few of my Napoleon battles, one, I always play with Mikenuge. That's the only time I ever really get on this game. And at this point in time, we were still undefeated. We recently lost our first 2v2 after a 32 game streak, and I'm going to be bringing that to you guys soon. Because, you can't only show wins, because everyone loses. And if they don't, they're either a god or just a hacker, that kind of stuff. And they may say they never lose. Their stats may show it on Shogun, which that's one thing should be gotten rid of. The stats engine, all of that. But, they can plug pull and that kind of stuff. So everyone loses eventually. And I want to show you guys that because it was actually kind of funny. But look at this. I'm going to charge right off the bat. These British Cav, they are lifeguards, and we are just going to massacre them in the charge. They are down to 13 men after that charge over here, 14 over here, and I still have in the 40s. So they are gone. Same with over here, down to 15. This cavalry unit is incredible. Now I'm going to suffer a canister volley. There comes some artillery shots, killing the gun already. More canister, but I am going to instantly take out this horse artillery, and that is it. And the French kind of want to come join in, but my cavalry is going to fall back. This unit is staying, and they're actually going to fight quite well against this French cav for a while. So that's that, but a quick cavalry raid, destroying all of the British cav and out of there, and the artillery is gone. And I am bringing up my howitzers and my army. So what I was saying earlier, if you guys have watched Mike and I's battles, you know that even if we have a massive hill, this is a hill, it's not incredibly large, but we always attack. We always bring the fight to the enemies. We attacked on Waterloo, all that good stuff. We just find it's a lot more fun, and it's a lot more interesting when you attack. It's not, well, I'm just sitting here and my opponent ran into my lines here. I turned my line a little bit and, shot these guys and we won. No, there's some more tactics to it. There definitely are tactics to camping on a hill, defense. But I just enjoy the attack a lot more. As you can see, Britain setting up here, shooting off the last of that routing cavalry unit, which just in fact routed. And you can see these guys picking up their guns again, but they're down to 2, and they're not really going to do anything. So it was a pretty good raid overall. And now we get to move forward. You can see France on this flank. Got a ton of line units, ton of Young Guard back here. This seems to be a very popular build. I often see this. Just tons of Young Guard. Looks like 5. 6. Yeah. I don't know why people like that so much. I faced one guy with all Young Guard. It didn't seem to help him that amount. You know, so... yeah, I guess people just think because it's an elite unit, but costs quite a bit, and I feel like a few extra units, you know, it's not that difficult to take down. You can see Mike's artillery firing here. Looks like it just took out almost another one of the guns, and these guys can't figure out what to do with the guns. Look, these are all facing the wrong way because we hit them before they were set up. And there's my first howitzer rounds coming in. Good shot right there. You can see that, and we're waiting for my men to line up. Mike is sending his skirmishers to the right. This guy's got all rifles, and I was telling Mike at this point in time, he's got all rifles, he's got the range advantage on us, he can pick us off all day long. And what is that? He has this King's German Legion foot. Oh no, that's my artillery. Mike's artillery attacking it. But I'm like, I have to go forward to engage this guy or he can just pick us off. And the cavalry threat's not really there. France does have a little bit, but it's not that big of a worry. So we're going to run forward into range here. I'm just bringing up my guns. And still got my cav back there. And I have still got these comets in the back. And Mikenuge is behind me. He is going to fill in the flank when I actually need it over here. Right now, because we see France moving, but we thought they were stacking up, so the plan was going to be for me to go in first. And I don't know why these guys are moving strange. Seems like I fixed it, but we're going to start firing here in a second on these rifle units. There they go as they turn their backs to flee. So you can see we took a few volleys on the way in. Definitely lost some troops. That's not that big of a deal. Because we have to get in range or else we're going to lose all of our troops. Because while we do have the artillery... oops, nice hits there. They definitely have the skirmishing advantage. You can see we're not even firing back. We don't have the range. It's what rifles can do. They're very accurate, so they're picking us off. So in a second here, we're going to start moving forward. I'm moving my comets, my melee rush to the far flank. And I have a battle to show you guys soon where Mike and I fight a melee rush from both armies, and they to me, do it wrong. They brought a ton of melee units, which is fine, but they just got the line engaged and charged them up the center. And you're like, well, that's fine, because the lines are shooting at each other, they'll ignore them. Well, they're in the center of 2 firing lines. They're getting shot from both sides. They just get destroyed. And you'll see how that works in that battle when I post it later. But I always try to come in from a flank, or if it's a very close distance in the center, I'll do that. But I'll stop firing my line. So, you know, that's just my thought to that. And here we're about to go into another cavalry engagement. And once again, this time it's going to be a little bit more even, just because he has lancers as well. But I'm swinging one cavalry unit around behind, and Mike is shooting up my own cav, but we're going to hammer an anvil, and my cavalry is going to win this again. You can see the skirmish going on in front. Some stray rounds are killing some men in these units back here, so I'm going to engage with my main infantry pretty soon. And here once again I'm going around for another hammer and anvil.
Our men are running, sir.
Trying to deal with this unit before all these Young Guard come over. You can see Mike over here getting ready to fight with France, who is now advancing. And there's this battle. Just a skirmish at this point in time. although this guy is now rushing forward his line. Although they're not in range, so I don't know his motives for that. At this point, they're still just being shot. In the back here, only one of my cavalry units is going to get out of there, and a little bit of one of his as well. But I had to withdraw because of the young guard, and he didn't want to chase, which was smart. But my cavalry did well, took out 2 cav units there, most of one, and then like 3 or 4 over here earlier, as well as an artillery piece. So they definitely were worth the cost, and I still have a little bit. And now is when I'm going to move forward my line. Mike's on the flank here a little bit. France is coming in to back up, although slowly. There's some troops over here that Mike's going to deal with as well. But you can see now my main line, why would I say that? Line is engaged. And that's just kind of a look at the whole battle. You can see Mike filled in that gap on the left once France moved over there. So Mike and France are both kind of split over there, and then over here as well. You can see this guy's general popping a rally, but at this point in time, is just a line battle pretty much, with some artillery rounds coming in. And now I'm going to move forward once again. Look at those shots. Good ones right there. And now my whole lines are able to fire. And here comes some of my melee rush units. These guys still have full strength, although they're going to take a few losses here soon. There's 1, 2. And this was actually a bad time to charge them, because my opponent was going away, but it's actually going to work out perfectly, as I'm going to wrap up quite a few units right here with this melee unit. And I've still got 2 in reserve. I didn't want to send them all in, or else it could get interesting. And at this point, my opponent just kind of went crazy. I have no clue what he was doing. You can see Mike won over here. Small cav engagement on the flank, which he is winning as well. But my guy just kind of fell to pieces, and you can see there's some melee fights, but we're going to win those. And here my cavalry is going to make a successful charge into this young guard here. You can see them staggering backwards, and under that cover of the cav charge, the rest of my melee rush is going to go forward, and they're taking a few losses. I told Mike to stop shooting, but he refused to. So most of them were actually from him, but you can see this melee rush is going to hit these units full on, pretty much wreck them. This guy's about to get a volley, but we're going to stop him. And my melee rush over here just managed to wrap up all of these units, and you can see the amount of them that they actually killed. Yep, all 3 of those units we caught routed, and these guys are going to push on into these young guard, although there's so few of them left that they're not really going to be able to do anything, except we just killed the general right here. So yeah, that one unit managed to take out like 3 of Britain's, which was really nice, well-timed charge, although not in the best situation to do it in, as I pointed it out earlier. See these guys fighting over here. They're having a little bit harder time because it is young guard, but they are winning by a large margin just because they specialize in melee. You can see all these men lining up. Pretty much won here. Most of our armies are intact, and there's just not a lot they can do. Now we're just lining in and dealing with the flank of this unit. Look at that artillery shot. Just wiped out the center of that line. This melee rush doing just fine. Now this guy once again charges in his general, and this unit turned to shoot it. Getting a few good shots, but he's going to have to deal with all this Austrian force, and that's not going to happen. And now my melee rush is coming, and it's going to do a hammer and anvil on these units, which decided to charge the center of my line. And so you can see I'm instantly assigning everyone to wrap around. You can see all those orders being clicked. And we're going to fill this in and just kind of crunch down on these guys. and with my melee units coming in from the back, they have pretty much no chance of escape. So there we go. Some artillery shells. My general's right here. These guys are surrounded. They've got troops coming in the back, lining up to shoot at them. And then, of course, there's all of Mike's army left. So, not a lot going to go on there, but you can see this volley going to take down quite a few of them. And they really just have no chance at this point. And they're going to run away, like they should. And then Mike is going to say, good job by shooting my own men with his artillery. So, thank you, Mike. I know I did a good job there. And there is your casualties to statistics, my bad. Mike and I deployed almost the same. I took way more losses due to charging up the center there. And he's going to do quite a good job himself. 800 kills, I'm killing 1400. There's their statistics, and best unit being those Janissaries that killed the 3 units in the center. So I hope you guys enjoyed that battle. Subscribe for more if you haven't, and I will see you all next time. Thank you for watching.